What is up, crypto fam? In this video, we're going to be having a look at KASPA KS. There's been a lot of FUD around this cryptocurrency proof of work, especially after what happened 2 days ago, June 30th, when it pretty much failed. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking on CoinGecko, the market cap, some analysis, some news to see where this can potentially go. Now, this is not my first time I'm talking about KASPA. I've spoken about KASPA a bunch of times on my YouTube channel, so you might be new here, and if you are new to this channel, make sure you click that subscribe button, smash that like if you guys want to see more KASPA videos. So let's dive in straight into the news that the developer of KASPA actually said after the failed mainnet or whatnot, the KRC20 that everyone was hyped about. The chart went up, it went down, it went back up, and then obviously decided to consolidate. So he actually said the launch of KASPA's open beta caused a spike in legitimate network usage, resulting in a natural load and an increase in confirmation time for all users. The network itself, P2P, especially consensus and mining, has been and is functioning securely. So obviously everything is working fine on that aspect. And obviously you can still make secure transactions and move your funds around. Some community build Explorer couldn't handle the full throughput support by the network and lagged behind. The latter is of course a front-end issue and does not affect the network security or consensus. So there's been a lot of FUD, especially on about other cryptocurrencies or other communities, I guess, that are pretty much in competitive, I guess you can say, with KASPA. And all they've been doing, especially the KDA community. I'm a big KDA fan, and I know a lot of people might hate me for that and say, oh, KASPA is better, but especially the Kadena community has been fudding and saying, oh, this is why you need something like KDA. So obviously there's been a lot of FUD around that, and which is why KASPA did take a hit, which we're going to get into the charts in just a second. But let's continue with this. As with any period of unusual load, fees determine priority. Users with urgent transaction can raise their fees and enjoy normal fast operation. So he's pretty much saying, kind of like the Ethereum network, if you want to essentially make your transaction go faster, all you need to do is raise the GUI. If you guys don't know what GUI is on Ethereum, which I'm sure everyone knows what it is, but it's pretty much the same thing. All you have to do is raise their GUI or make the transaction or pay a little bit of a fee to make the transaction go faster. We are talking with the KASPA team to see how to reduce the load in terms of mass cost with modification to their wallet. It appears that one of the wallet that is used to mint KRC20 transaction is unnecessarily bloating the transaction mass. We expect this to be temporary and get fixed once a KASPA wallet fixes the way it builds KRC transactions. So we know every time there's a mainnet, testnet, whatever you want to call it, guys, there's always some sort of problem. We saw what happened with AVAX with the whole double standing or double spending, sorry. And I believe there was another project, Arbitrum. So all these layer 2s, first of all, always have some sort of problem when mainnet launches. So this is why you guys shouldn't essentially, don't FUD. Don't be a bitch. Anyways, having a look at KASPA right here on CoinGecko. Then we're going to be having a look at an analysis on TradingView. So diving in right here, guys, into KASPA on CoinGecko, currently sitting at a over $4 billion, so $4.3 billion market cap valuation, currently sitting ranked number 27. So KASPA, guys, has been literally making moves. If we have a look at the max, this is actually a new coin that came out in the bear market, founded by Ori Suman, I believe. And you guys can see right here that 24-hour traded volume is sitting at $67 million. Now, what's interesting about this is that, yes, KASPA is listed on a bunch of exchanges, but it's not listed on Binance, on, I believe, OKX. It's not listed on Coinbase. There's a bunch of exchanges that are yet to still list KASPA. And you guys can see right here, the top crypto exchanges are still not listing KASPA just yet. I don't know what they're waiting for, but it's going to be very interesting to see what happens when they do list it. And I believe HTX, Huobi still did not list KASPA. So we got 4 big, massive exchanges that are still yet to list them or list KS token. And imagine what happens when they do list it, especially Coinbase and Binance. We could see at least a 5x return right here in terms of market cap. So the market cap right now is currently sitting at 4.3 billion. I do think that KASPA could not only go to $1 by next bull market, but it could go to $5, which would be a 30x return. Yes, 30x return, assuming that the circulating supply stays the same and doesn't increase, of course. So that's what's happening right now. Obviously, KASPA, if we have a look at some analysis, I believe that we could be finding a nice little breakout very, very soon. Right now on the RSI, we're currently floating at the 50 on the RSI. with the simple moving average floating below it. So we did cross over the simple moving average on the R side, which is looking pretty bullish. And you guys can see right here that KASPA is at a, or in a ascending triangle, which is of course as well pretty bullish. Now, depending on what Bitcoin does, obviously, that's really going to dictate what happens next with KASPA. We know that 200,000 Bitcoins are being distributed this week from MT Gox hack, and a lot of people are expecting a massive sell pressure in the crypto market. So we could see right now that Bitcoin is a little bit, looking a little bit shaky. So we're gonna have to see what happens here. A lot of people are calling KASPA the Bitcoin killer. Now, I don't think KASPA will essentially flip Bitcoin. I think it will beat Bitcoin in what it does, but Bitcoin, in my opinion, will always be here. It's a store of value, and even if KASPA gets near Bitcoin, I still think that Bitcoin will essentially be here to stay for the long term, if not forever, unless we get sent back to Stone Age. So having a look right here at back to KASPA real quick, we could see that our target for this ascending triangle could actually be 19 cents, which is not the biggest pump. I am doing a 50x leverage right now. So, if you do this 50 times 2, you're looking right now at a 150% pump, obviously. Obviously, this is 50x, so it's very risky, but I do have a very tight stop loss right here, as you guys can see, just in case we do fall below this nice little trend line. We know the trend is your friend until it bends, guys, right? So that's what's happening right now for KASPA. And my first TP is actually not right here sitting at 19 cents. It's sitting at 20 cents. So if we do break this level and we do have a nice little breakout, we're most likely going to come back and retest not only this resistance, but pass it. And after that, we're most likely going to essentially go to the upside from there. Because if we have a look right here at the weekly time frame, guys, KASPA is looking pretty bullish. I mean, this is probably the most bullish chart in crypto. Yes, the most bullish chart in crypto is probably KASPA. And like I said, guys, I've been talking about KASPA for the past year and a half. You could go check my YouTube channel. And like I said, if you are new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button if you guys do want to see more KASPA videos. So assuming we do break out this nice little resistance, which we kind of did, we should see $1 as our next potential target, because we know every time we have these pump, we come back and essentially retest this trend line. Okay, so right before I end this video, we could see right here that we did have a 349% pump before coming back retesting, 860% pump before coming back down and retesting to the trend line. And of course, guys, we had a 15x 1521% pump before coming back down and retesting the trend line. And the big question is, are we gonna have a 800% pump, a 300% pump? What kind of pump are we gonna have next?